Welcome to our channel.
Hello guys, my name is...
Everyone who's here knows what our names are. Shit, it's us, man. It's the same people it always is.
So for those who have just joined us, welcome to our YouTube channel. My name is Lama, aka Valerie, and this is...
My name's Chris, aka Chris.
Lucy.
Tim. Oh, no. Do that again. My name's Chris, aka Lucy.
Yeah.
No one calls me that apart from myself.
Yeah. For those that didn't know or haven't watched our recent videos, we travelled Europe for 10 weeks and a lot of you guys have been asking for a Q&A, so this is the Q&A.
Okay, we're going to break it up into like 3 different parts though, because
so we're gonna start like a little series, like a season.
No, we're just breaking it up into like 3 or 4 different parts.
That's it sounds so exciting when you say season.
Well, guys, we're going to do a season on how we travelled and played our Europe tour.
So pretty
24 episodes, 30 fucking minutes. Hold on to your seat. You'll only need the edge of it.
There's a lot of information and a lot of facts and a lot of tips that we can give you guys, but we're just going to break it up into different videos. And these videos will be uploaded every Friday, 6 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, this is our first episode, which we will be doing a Q&A and answering all the questions. And I also set up a few questions that I made up just so that we can explain certain things.
And also, obviously, if there's anything we missed or whatever, just comment or whatever. Obviously, if there's anything we missed.
Okay, so the first question is, what was the cost of your whole trip? And that question was from Joytina Delphin.
Joytina Delphin. I'm not telling you how much it costs because you don't want to know.
Yeah, Chris is not really fond of letting people know our like figures. He doesn't like talking about that. We can give you sort of like a rough estimate of like the prices maybe.
No,
come on, at least do that.
Okay, yeah, we spend a bit of money. What people need to realise is that there's backpacking. So backpacking you can do it for cheap. You could go for 10 weeks for not that much. But you know, where we did it like first class backpacking. We stayed at a hostel, we only booked private rooms with our own bathroom. You know, in certain places we booked really nice accommodations, like in Greece and in Spain and stuff like that. I guess everyone always says that it can vary. Yeah,
Chris will be answering a lot of these questions because he was the one that planned everything.
We saved for like over 2 years, so this wasn't just something we just decided. Like we saved for quite a while.
Yeah, we knew for 2 years that we were going on this trip, and we didn't even take any time off work. Like there was no leave. We didn't have any holidays for 2 years, just so we could go on this 10-week trip. We don't have any debt from it. Like we didn't go and get any loans.
Came back, debt free. We spent a lot of money on this trip and I don't regret 1 cent at all. Yeah, anyway, so just like we spent a bit. We spent a lot of money.
We're not gonna say because we know a lot, like it's just for us, it's a personal thing. It's a lot of money though. It was a lot of money. So we'll just... Now the second question was from Malila. Sorry if I mispronounced that. 27, and her question was, what software do you use? So the software that I used while we were overseas was the Adobe Premiere Pro and Photoshop. Well, that's my part.
And there's nothing to do.
Do you know how many times people ask me that?
Okay, alright.
I had to add 1 question for myself because you're going to be answering all the questions because you're the one that booked everything.
Okay, someone's also asked...
No, I'll just forget it then. Don't even worry about my question.
No, because it's true, because a lot of people want to know, but I think it's like... No, honestly, answer. Sorry.
I use Adobe Premiere Pro.
No, come on, go.
No, I don't want to do it now.
No, tell you.
Yeah, Adobe Premiere Pro. The third question is, a lot of people ask this, when are you going to propose, Chris? And that question was from Jane Walesi.
Jane. I promised Lama that in the year 2018 I will propose to her. So yeah, she already knows that's happening. So
yeah, we're very organized. We like to tell each other everything.
The reason I didn't do it overseas for me is I felt it would be a bit cliche to do it overseas, and that's for a lot of people that's all good. But I think another thing too is I wanted our English and our friends to be here, like our family and friends.
I've always said that to Chris as well.
And yeah, that was a big thing for that too.
If I was to ever be like, if he ever was going to propose, I don't want it away. I want it home because I want to be around my family, his family, all of our friends. Yeah. The next question is, where did you find your accommodation and activities? And that was from Panya Yeah.
A few apps you can use. There's Hostel World, there's Booking.com, and then I don't know what else there is. But those are the two main things we did. All I can recommend though is, before I booked through those companies, I would always check on Google if they had their own website. Because if they have their own website, it's always cheaper. Because obviously they need to make their profit, the Hostel World and Booking. So if it was cheaper through their personal website, I'd book through that. If not, I'd go to Hostel World or Booking.com. Yeah, that's what we use.
How much would you suggest to save for each different city you travel to? And that was from the same person, Panya, yeah?
The big cities like London, Rome, Paris, you know, they're always far more expensive. So like Western...
Spain, you reckon Spain?
Even Spain's not that cheap.
Yeah.
So like Spain as well, like Barcelona, Madrid, they are more expensive. So you need to allow more. But even Greece is expensive.
Yeah.
Greece is very expensive as well, sorry. But if you go to Eastern Europe, like if you go to Budapest, Czech Republic, Poland, like Turkey, all of Eastern Europe is really cheap. And it's so much fun.
So the last question from our viewers is from Lachelle McGee, and she asked, how long did you guys travel for? 10 weeks. I answered a question. I kind of made these questions up just so you guys can get heaps of info and just tips for you guys. This one is, what were your favorite places and why?
I've been to Europe once before, and one thing that I never got to do was Oktoberfest. So that was something I really wanted to do. That was like my main goal of this trip, for personally. And yeah, so mine was Oktoberfest, Santorini. But like those would be the absolute two most favorite. But I mean, like everywhere is just amazing. Every place was just amazing. The only place that was a bit of a letdown was Rome. But apart from that, everything else was just unreal.
Mine is Greece. Greece. It was always on my bucket list to go to Santorini, and I was kind of nervous because I was thinking, oh, is it one of those things where you go there and it just doesn't really live up to what you expect? But when we went there, it was like, there's no place like Greece. And it's good, like, because the different islands, like, each had, like, I think Eos and Mykonos was kind of similar because we just partied a lot, but Santorini really set it apart and showed us, like, what Greece really was.
And Athens, people underestimate Athens. Athens is, like, unreal.
Before we left, everyone was like, Athens is so dirty, but when we went, I was like, I love Athens.
Rome is way more dirty
than
Athens. So, but, like, that's just our personal opinions, but I really, like, the history of Athens is just insane. So.
And another thing is Venice. I was so excited and like expected so much. It was still amazing, like, don't get me wrong, but when we went there, there's not much to do. Hey,
no,
like,
I think
there's just the gondola ride, and then because it's small as well, like, it's not.
And there's just like one main square where everyone goes to, but it's beautiful. But
yeah, it's very nice.
It's like it is very.
It's smelly. Very smelly. Question is, which places had the best food? Well, you don't talk about food. Food's important.
You're better off asking her, because I ate the same crap over and over again. But
oh my gosh.
For me, it was Greece.
Greece. I mean, I just feel like Greece is just amazing. Like, I loved the Euros, whatever you call it. But I literally lived the Euro style. They're like 250 euros for Euros, and it was just like a wrap with the pita bread and
like chips
and the tzatziki. Oh my gosh. You know how you buy it from Coles? Yeah, that's Jack. When you go to Greece, honestly, like that, it's like neck level. It was amazing, like fresh tzatziki. So yeah, Greece, and also Spain, because we went to that Michelin, thanks to Chris's brother. Yeah, thanks to Joe and Fee. That was an experience itself. So Spain,
actually, of course, San Sebastian was.
Yeah, and I love Germany's food too. I love like the dumplings and the pork knuckle. Oh, so good.
Right. Italy wasn't that.
Yeah,
spectacular.
like, to be honest, Italy, I expected a lot, and I think it's just because it's so popular and so well known, everyone talks about it. But when you actually go there, you're like, oh yeah, it's pretty good. Like, yeah.
One thing to also remember, if you like steaks, depending on how you like them done, like I like mine like dead, like, you know, black, well done. But they don't do that over there.
No.
Like, so some places overseas, like France, they will not do it. Italy, like a lot of places, they don't give you that choice. And even if you ask for it, they just go, no.
It's like an insult to them.
Yeah,
It's like,
like,
how dare you ask for like a well-cooked steak? It's like,
even though you're paying for it and everything, they don't care. They're just like, nah. So just a bit of a FYI.
So the next question is, which places were good for partying? Budapest, Greece.
Yeah, Budapest.
Budapest is insane.
Budapest
Prague?
is on another level. Prague's unreal.
Berlin was good too.
I think the better question is, which is the places not best for
Yeah.
And for us, it was France. Like Paris was a little bit of a, like, we were lucky that we just met some really cool people. So we got, but like party wise, like Paris was a letdown. Venice didn't really have a party scene. Yeah,
but everywhere else was insane. I think it's because it's so different. We don't, you know, we come from Brisbane. It's very small, whereas like the places that we went and we partied, it was just like a different experience. I think that's why. Like, you just went to these cool bars. Like, we went to that one in Prague that our tour guide took us. And it was like an underground like maze. It was so cool.
I remember that one. Oh, that was Prague. It was like just this, even like London, Berlin's insane. Like, Berlin's crazy. Greece goes off because it's just like beach in summer. Amsterdam was probably actually everyone was just mainly really high. There's a lot of guys there. Like, it's very like a lot of guys. So if you're going with your partner, just for a guy, if you're a guy, just be ready because they will stare. Especially if you're an Islander, because they've never seen Islanders before, and they're just like the muckers. Because
Which place was the most expensive and which place was the most cheapest?
Cheapest easily was Budapest and Krakow. Krakow's unreal. Krakow's so much fun, and Budapest is so much fun. I
thought Madrid was cheap.
Not compared to and that's Eastern Europe again. So Prague, Krakow, Budapest, that's all Eastern Europe. Really cheap, like really cheap.
Most expensive.
Paris, London. Actually, London wasn't too bad because lucky we had our friend Jiva, but like Paris, London, Rome. It's like if you go to Sydney or Brisbane, it's going to be more expensive.
Melbourne, it's expensive. Best place for shopping? Paris. Paris, but I like best place for fashion wise, like people's fashion, is Berlin.
But people's fashion in Paris was
Paris, Berlin, Berlin. They're just ahead of the game.
London too. London's
London,
So
definitely.
those three places.
Was Oktoberfest and all the walking tour activities worth it?
Oh, man. Yes.
Oktoberfest, 150%.
So that was saying, but honestly, do every walking tour you get a chance. A lot of the walking tours are just a donation, it's like €5 or €6, like which is like $8, $10 a head, like each for a walking tour, and that's like 2 hours of their day. Or 2 to 3 hours of their day, and you learn so much history. You want to party, but you want to learn. Like, you know what I mean?
That's it. And if you like looking for tours, like TripAdvisor, hey, is that what you found?
Like if you stay at hostels, like that's the best thing about hostels is that
they give you all the info and what's good to do. It's funny because like the good thing I learned about staying at hostels is that when we were in Santorini. And we were staying at Villa Arini, which is like a high top hotel, like legit, like honeymoon material. The reception, no, it was. The receptionist, who we made good friends, like we made friends with him. He was saying, giving us all these like restaurants to go eat at, and we're like, oh, is there anything, you know, like really Greek? And he's like, oh, I'm not supposed to like, you know, suggest this to you, but this is my favorite restaurant, and that's where we had the massive schnitzel, the chicken schnitzel. And like when you're in hostels, they refer you to places like that where it's really cultured, like and it's
some hostels, not really.
No, but like the hostels, they give you places that, you know, like if you're staying in a hotel, they're going to give you like certain, they get paid to refer different like restaurants because they're like linked with the restaurants.
Well, I guess one thing you could say is try and make friends with locals.
Yeah, try and make, the locals will tell you where it's at.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, TripAdvisor. I'm like, TripAdvisor is good, but if you make friends with local people who actually live there, they can tell you like what's good.
Remember that guy in Athens? And he took us there's a bartender in Athens who we made friends with, and he sent us to this little Greek restaurant
that we would never have walked.
Yeah, it just looked like a someone in someone's home at a dinner table. Best food. That was one of the best foods of our trip.
What was the safety like in each place?
All good.
Yeah.
You'll be sweet. Nothing to stress.
Yeah.
Just don't be Valia. You know what I mean? You're not just going to leave your wallet on the table and then be like, I'm going to the toilet and come back. Like, just have your brains about you.
Yeah, and also just be respectful of other people's, like, their cultures and their beliefs. Like, because, was it that guy that he reckons he got spiked?
Oh yeah, like some people just get too and then
just be aware of
heads, and then
like we got drunk a lot, but we were still conscious, like we knew what was happening. Well, except for one night. I had one silly night, but that was the first and the last.
Like we had locks on our ackles and that, so like, you know, little things like that was just smart. Yeah, I think that's one big thing because a lot of people get pickpocketed.
Yeah,
but like if you're younger,
attack the vulnerable.
They normally attack the older people. Have locks, honestly. Carry locks. Locks are a smart thing to really have.
And last question is, what are the top must-dos in Europe? Oktoberfest. Number one.
Greece. It's just a must. We missed a lot of things. So like there's things like Tomorrowland. There's like I mean, there's massive festivals. There's Yacht Week. Sail Croatia, I think they're kind of the same thing, but there's so much to do. There's like the tomato fight, running of the bulls, Benicassim, like there's so much to do and see. So for us, our two things was Oktoberfest and Santorini. And we did that. We achieved both of them.
If you go to Budapest, make sure you do the boat party and the beer bikes. They are like a must do.
Don't worry about the what's that pool party?
Dude, if you guys are keen for like
if you're a group of girls, maybe you might want to go.
Because it's a massive sausage fest. But what's it called? No, it was the party. So you've got like the bar. So if you want. You can go there during the day. And at night time they have parties, which is like a massive spa party. And it's like a massive techno. They have like a dance floor in the pool and fireworks, but just a lot of guys. The guy to girl ratio is,
they're not like, the guys aren't aggressive or it's nothing like that, like,
but just a lot of guys.
And normally you go with a big group. The good thing is the hostel we were at, everyone goes together. Depends who you're going with. Like if you're going with your partner, then maybe just gotta, like, because I spoke to my friends who did the tomato fight and running of the bulls, and they kind of said, you know, to do that with your partner isn't the best idea because it can be pretty crazy. Figure out the main things you want to do and see and what they are, because Europe will have to offer you something. And
research is your best friend. Go with the plan or an idea of a plan of what you use. That comes to the end of our Q&A for our travel, but the start of our travel season. Hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A. Hit the subscribe button because you're awesome if you do. If you don't, that's okay.
If you don't,
you're average.
If there's any questions, just ask.
Any more questions? We might actually do like 5 questions at the end of each video. So if you guys are looking to go to Europe soon, ask away. We'll see you guys in the next vlog or video. Bye.